Hi, welcome to Sugar Free. This is take two of the Daily Tarot for Friday, the 18th of December 2020. Take two. I pulled some cards earlier, and what they were showing me was so profound a shift in thinking that I just kind of sat there in silence for ages. Trying to find the words to explain and describe what I was seeing, and I decided to stop that and start another one because I thought nobody's going to watch that. People are just going to click off. You just got these three cards. They're going to think I've just kind of put myself on mute or something. But I was frankly dumbstruck. It was about, here I'm going to try and explain it, and that's what floored me before. It was a kind of ending of limitation, an ending of scarcity, an ending of poverty consciousness. You see, the words are coming now. Ending of poverty consciousness, where you can only have so much. And if you have so much of this, you can't have so much of that. It was the end of all that. And it was, the best way I found was we were moving into a phase of this and that, as opposed to this or that. That's what I was getting. So I'm going to have one more big shuffle. Now I'm going to do the Major Arcana with my ancient Italian tarot here, and then I'm going to see if we can move into some Rider-Waite with one from the Wands, one from the Swords, one from the Pentacles, and one from the Cups, to have a look at fire, air, earth and water. So I'll just have another little one here, and then have a little quick shuffle, and we'll see what we can get. Okay. Right, we've pulled the Hierophant in the reverse. So a change of belief structure, or the ending of a belief structure. Something in terms of how we collectively view our social structures and our kind of collective behaviour. Something about that changing. Okay. Right. Lovers in the reverse. Okay, so in the Lovers we have this or that. We have son or husband. And as I've said so many times, we know what's going to happen, because that little cherub is about to fire that arrow, and the energy of forward motion for this young man here is going to take him into the fields, into the meadows with the young lady. And his mother, the Queen, is going to wonder where he's got to. She'll get used to it. She'll get used to it. But this card used to be called The Choice. And it's about the understanding that if you choose this, you cannot have that. However, this is old world thinking. And the Hierophant in the reverse there is backing that up for me. Okay, we had this yesterday. Moon in the reverse. Right. With the new moon that happened on the 14th, with some pretty powerful astrology attached to it. It was the total solar eclipse. We are in such a time of shift. So this shift of collective ideas around what we can and can't have here in the Lovers, and what it's possible, how much is it possible for us to have? Is it the case that if we choose cake we can't have potatoes, or if we choose a bicycle we can't have a car? Or now I don't want to go down the road of this awful having it all thing. Those of you of a certain age might remember there was a great move to that in, I think, the 90s, where it was about having it all. And you could have the wonderful job and the wonderful house and the wonderful home life and the wonderful children and the wonderful holidays and you could just have it all. But that was all material. So much of that was material, and it was about money. And we've seen so clearly that it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And willy-nilly, we are still, or we have been still, living in a paradigm wherein there is only so much to go round for the majority of us. And for a tiny minority of us, there is just an unending supply of money. And this dream that if you just work hard enough and do the right thing and play by all the rules, and guess who's setting the rules, that you can kind of join that 1%. I think we all see now through that. And COVID, as I've said often, is a major accelerant in the matter of showing up illusions to be what they are. And I'm talking about the moon there as well in the reverse. So this matter of what it is possible to have and to hold. And the Lovers card, there's a marriage coming here, or a possible marriage coming, that's choosing, but to have and to hold. And the kind of the social contract implied in the Hierophant here, this is just shifting beneath our feet. And for those of us unwilling to open up to that shift, and for those of us kind of stuck in the paradigm as it has been, this is going to be really uncomfortable. But I think the kind of people who access tarot cards online are unlikely to be the kind of people who are really heavily rooted in this poverty consciousness and this real focus on the material. So, perhaps we're in a nice little club together where we can kind of celebrate and get ready for this new world that these two major players, Jupiter and Saturn, moving into Aquarius, heralds. This shift, the lunar shift, is behind us. That social contract is behind us. The matter of only being able to have this, and by having this you forego that, is behind us. I don't know how that is going to play out for us, obviously, but I've been alive long enough to have watched the grip of the horror of our system get tighter and tighter and tighter on people, and the gaslighting, the endless gaslighting of you can have it all. You can't, not materially. Okay, the Empress. Wow. Yeah, okay, well, seeds, the beginning of new growth, spring. One really good tarot card reader I like on here is Gemstone Tarot, an English reader. And the way she put it about the 21st of December, about this grand conjunction on the solstice, is that it's going to be like a spring in the middle of winter. And that's what went through my mind when I saw the light in the east at dusk today. Sorry, I was talking about that in my previous attempt to do this reading. And we were doing some work outside today as it was beginning to get dark. And the sky in the west, where the sun was going down, was darker than the sky in the east, where the sun comes up. But the sun was actually in the process of going down. Now, of course, I understand that's all about cloud cover, but it did look rather odd. Something new is being birthed here. Oh, God. This is also something to do with the fact that this grand conjunction on the 21st is being called the Christmas star. This is to do with the birth of something in the dead of winter. God, I'm getting emotional again. The birth of a whole new way in the dead of winter. A tiny spark showing itself in the darkness. That's what this is. Right, I'm going to pull now one from the ones in Rider Waite. Okay. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. She pulls randomly. They're all face down. Ace of Wands. Yeah. New. Brand new energy. Brand new action. A whole new way of behaving in terms of what we do, in terms of the actions that we take. And a whole new, like I said, a spark. This is fire. A tiny spark. A real spark in the darkness. And here it is. Ace of Wands. Love it. Okay, let's pull a sword for air. Right, there it is. How funny. I was thinking about doing this reading earlier, and I was thinking about swords, and I thought of the Two of Swords. So we can't see it yet. We can't see it yet. And this is indicative of what I was saying about this or that. And what we can't see yet is it is no longer a matter of this or that. It's this and that. But not in the material, funnily enough. And we'll see what we get in the Pentacles for the Earth. But in terms of our thinking, we're still between two worlds. And I mean, when a shift of this magnitude takes place and you're actually like on the ground, you're incarnate when it is happening, it's hard to see because it's up close. You see, it's up close, a bit like the sea behind her. It's up close. It's very hard to see what's going on. I thoroughly recommend meditation to develop the capacity to zoom out and have a look on the macro as well as the micro. But for the time being, in our thinking, air, swords here, we're still between these two worlds, the old world and the new world. And I mean, I can certainly feel this energy, this new energy, this new feeling. Things smell different. The kind of proportions of things seem different. But, you know, I can't put my finger on what it is. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to describe it successfully, clearly, in words yet. But what she can't see with that blindfold, and the blindfold is also the blindfold of the little cherub here. We can't see it yet. We can't see it yet. And we're still just kind of holding our breath in a way over our chest, our hands crossed over our chest, over our heart, which is the best place for swords to be held over the heart, because that means that our thoughts and our words are concerned with love. Okay, so that's where we are, but there's a kind of hiatus there. Right, let's have a look at Earth in the Pentacles. Okay, I see it. I see it. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, I'm loving this. Right, let's move these along a bit, make a bit of space. Wow, Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, there you go. A whole new phase of whole new phase for the Earth. And I mean, Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus came into Taurus last year. Not last year. Look, I'm already like saying that 2020 is over, but it kind of is. Uranus in Taurus is a really, really unusual thing, because Uranus is the like the innovator, the wizard, the inventor, and electricity, and kind of new shock, surprise stuff in Taurus to do with the Earth, the fixed Earth. So I'm not surprised to see this here. I used to do this thing of pulling one from the Wands, one from the Swords, one from the Pentacles, and one from the Cups. In earlier days on this channel. I haven't done it for ages. But yeah, so a whole new kind of, I don't know, I find it rather difficult to talk about the earthly stuff, because I am Taurus and Taurus Sun and Virgo rising, so it's quite difficult for me. I'm up too close to it. It just is my being. But again, a wonderful new start, but yeah, in action, in how we interact with the physical world around us. But our thinking is we're still a bit like not quite sure what's going on. And for many people, they won't be very sure of even that there is anything going on. And boy, are they in for a shock. Okay, let's get one from the Cups now for water. Okay, I see it. I just look at them face down and just pull out the one that I'm drawn to pull. How interesting. 7 of Cups. Okay, so there might be some not difficulty, but look, I'm getting this light all messed up. Oh, that's better, isn't it? There might be some sense of everything sort of being a little bit swimmy in terms of how we're feeling, basically. Now, I just want to have a quick look at this, what Gemstone Tarot refers to as the cosmic shuttlecock. It's like, what's under there? What's under there? We've got all these representations of sort of victory and occult stuff, and power in the castle, and jewels, and wisdom in the serpent, and sort of divine stuff in this statue here. But in the middle of it all is what is clearly, a human figure. That is the self. And we've kind of gone into silhouette here, and we're looking at all these, like, what are we? How do we feel about this? How do we feel? Everything's a bit kind of swimmy and up in the air. So it's really interesting. The fire, action. The earth, like our home. We got the 2 aces, but in terms of our thinking and our feeling, we're a bit all over the place. A little bit what to make of this in terms of how to analyze it, and what does it mean for us? Where are we going to find ourselves? Do we kind of invest in this cup, this cup, this cup, this cup, this cup, this cup? No, here it is. It's like, what's under there? What's under that sheet? And it's not revealed yet. And the self in silhouette, with the back turned to the light, and the light illuminating all these emotional options here. But, you know, I'm not remotely worried by this. We have the Empress here signalling a new, signalling the birth of something new. And we have the two aces. You know, no worries. Don't worry about this. We are under there in that cup, and the self. The self is called upon in this matter to reinvent. Right, I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for another reading. Namaste.